Hello and welcome along to another race from the Dynamic Racing Series. The DRS, we've got the reverse grid, sprint race followed by the feature race. We have a British qualifying this season. We're going reverse from the last race, which apologies I didn't get to do on this channel as I was busy with it being the bank holiday Monday, but we're back today and I'll be bringing you all the action. We've got a full grid of 20. I see I've got the same glitch that I had last week, I believe, with the Williams, where I've got two smug gits on my screen and no centre fin, which is a bit annoying, but we'll try and work that out as we go. So we're going to get ready for the sprint race. And I will take you through the entire grid on the formation lap as usual. And we will go from there. Here we are on the grid. So Ninjas is ghosting as I think he left the session. Hopefully he can get back in. Followed by one of the Williams. As you can see, I've got two smug gits and no centre fin. Almute third in the Haas with Sainsy fourth out for Alfa Romeo. 50 other Williams, and then Levi Hughes in the Mercedes. The Sloth is 7. Aston Martin from Ben Lane in the second Mercedes in 8. Swanson Bomb in the Red Bull is 9. The UJGC 10 and Scornful Griffin 11. Syme is 12th, MK5 on bags 13, Boris Johnson is in 14th in the Alpine, JJ Francis is 15, Bunny's Vengeance is 16, 50 Gent is 17, Easy Life 18, Ronnie is in 19, and 20 will possibly be in Dynamum in the Ferrari if he can get in. Just a little bit late. Ninjas has rejoined, so I'm hoping he'll be able to reassume control of his car, which has gone a bit clear of the field on this formation lap. A couple of people in the chat, do pop in and say hello. Give us a follow. We're live as many Mondays and Thursdays as I'm in. Sometimes other things get in the way. With the DRS on a Monday, the TSL on a Thursday, before my own races at 10 o'clock in Prospects, which you can all have a good laugh at because I'm not very good. So here's Ninjas then getting back to the grid. Hopefully he's going to be able to reassume control, and here come the field. Apologies for the Williams glitch once again. I'll try and fix that before next week. Some kind of problem with the friends list. So 10 laps around Abu Dhabi for this sprint race. MK5 on bags there, disqualified for his parking. No pit stops is the strategy for the sprint. Here we go. And we're away. Ninjas gets a good start and leads away through the first corner. There's a lot of movement elsewhere in the field. Swanton is up a few places to 7th already. With the Mercedes in behind him. Levi's dropped down a few places. Ronnie and Syme is off. Syme is down to last. Syme down to last. We've got a yellow flag. Yep, Syme dropped right to the back there. And the Williams is in front. Is it Smug? Is it Centrofin? I don't know. Someone will have to tell me. But out in front he goes. Ninjas drops to second. Swanton now up to 6th. He's had a great start. Al Newt following. Ninjas round out of shot there. Can he get the pass? Not quite on this occasion. Ninjas again losing connection. That's not going to do him any favours. And now you'd expect he'll probably get overtaken. And Samesy. And off goes a Haas. UJ is off. UJ's off. And Samesy also. And Swanton must have been involved because he's dropped right to the back as well. Levi's finding it tough. He's dropped now to 10th, 11th place. He's battling away. And a McLaren goes round there. JJ Francis spins there and drops to the back, and the Sloth also has had a problem. And the Sloth now dropping to the back. Ninjas is having all sorts of problems with his connection. Scornful and Buddies are scrapping away. With Ronnie right behind, and Ronnie goes the wide way round to try and get an advantage here. Here he goes. Here goes Ronnie. Is he going to get round and make a move here? Not quite. Good wheel-to-wheel driving there from Buddy's Vengeance and Ronnie. Ninjas is in and out of the session and dropping down the field. And he's now down to 6 as Boris Johnson goes by. So it's a Williams, either Smug or Centrofin, in first and in third at the moment. Al Newt is in between them in the Haas. Ben Lane is up to 4th in the Mercedes from Boris Johnson, and Boris Johnson spins. Just as we say that, Boris Johnson is round, and that's promoted Levi back up to 5th. Scornful Griffin taking 6th from Ninjas. And we've got a McLaren in trouble. I believe that's JJ Francis, who's spun again. Scornful overtaking Levi for 5th. Ninjas has dropped right down now to 8th place. As the Williams makes a move on Al Newt, and it's a Williams 1-2 here in this sprint. You'll see on your screen it says Smug-Git and Smug-Git again, which is very irritating, but it's a Williams 1-2. It is Smug-Git and Centrofin. Don't know which one's which, but I'll find out, or try to. MK5 on bags now also taking Ninjas, whose connection has really ruined his race from the front, and he's going to get passed by his teammate Swanton. Ben Lane sets the fastest lap, and we've got a Ferrari. Sorry, not a Ferrari, an Aston Martin in some trouble, and JJ Francis is round again at the back. So it's Williams as Ninjas loses another spot. And who else is causing yellow flags? There we go, Swanton up to 9th ahead of Ronnie. Making a comeback after that issue he had, and Al Newt now under pressure from Ben Lane. Here comes Ben Lane into 3rd place in the Mercedes. Ben Lane up to 3rd behind the two Williamses who have creating a bit of a gap as MK5 on bags takes Levi for 7th spot. Sime is the latest to pass Ninja, and so is 50 Gent. I think he's out of the session and in AI again. Unfortunate for him, and he started right at the front. Sime recovering back up to 12th now after his incident in the first lap. Let's go to Scornful now, who's catching Al Newt in the Haas. The Aston Martin driver could be up another place shortly. And is he going to make the move up the inside here, wheel to wheel? He does indeed. And there goes Scornful Griffin up to 4th spot, and Al Newt, after his good start, is dropping back down the field slightly. He's now got Bunny's Vengeance right behind him to contend with, and MK5 on bags is not far behind either. As Swanton Bomb overtakes Levi for 8th place. But Levi will try and stick it back up the inside in contact! And into the wall goes Levi Hughes after contact with Swanton Bomb, and he's dropping down the field now into the wall, and he's dropped right back to 15th now. We saw contact there, and here's Bunny's Vengeance and MK5 having a right old battle, and Scornful's already caught up to Ben Lane for 3rd place. He fancies a sprint podium here. We'll keep an eye on all this action as best we can as MK5 on bags tries to look far away past Bunny's Vengeance. We've got a yellow in sector 3. That is the McLaren again of JJ Francis, who's having an awful sprint race. He's having a nightmare at the moment. Swanton has now caught right up to this battle, and they could be going 3 or 4 wide here. And the Sloth has had an incident. In Dynamum, I don't think could get in time. That's him just leaving the session. It's wheel to wheel here. Ronnie picks up a 3-second penalty, which could be crucial. And Bunny's Vengeance does get the move done. And now MK5's going up the inside. Scornful has taken 3rd in the foreground there, you saw. Bunny's Vengeance up to 5th. Al Newt now scrapping to try and keep 6th spot ahead of MK5 and Swanton, who are both right on him. JJ Francis is off again. At the back of the field, the Sloth also had an incident and dropped back to 17th. While we were watching all this action, which is still going, we're on lap 7 now of 10. And Scornful Griffin is up to 3rd. And we'll now try and chase down the Williams. Smug getting the centre fin, and Al Newt is now in trouble. Al Newt is round. I think we've got a safety car. We've got a safety car. Al Newt has got no front wing. I didn't see what happened there, but we do have a safety car. And it's going to be 1 or 2 laps of super sprint in this sprint. Now, is anyone going to pit? I suppose the ones towards the back might as well pit, as they're not going to lose out. Al Newt will certainly have to for his front wing, as you can see. But the leaders, especially the front of the 2 Williams, who was clear, will not be happy with that safety car. So it is Smug and Centrafin at the front. This annoying glitch we've got with the Williams is both showing a Smug. I think I need to do some deleting and re-adding to fix that. Probably also why he couldn't invite me for the session and someone else had to. But there you go, Alan Newt does make it round to the pits. This is going to cost Ronnie with his time penalty, I think. As the safety car now picks the field up. Boris Johnson is also in the pits. And it's a front wing change for him as well. Let's pick the leaders up with the safety car. And looking at how spaced out we are here, it's probably going to be a 2-lap safety car. And then a 1-lap super sprint to the finish. On these occasions, sometimes it does come in just after the 1 lap. And indeed it is. We're going to have 2 laps and not the famous 1 lap Abu Dhabi that controversially ended the real life season in 2021. So we won't have Toto screaming down the radio this time. We're going to have 2 full laps of racing. And we'll just put the tyres up for you there. Al Newt, Boris Johnson, only ones to pit under safety car. Levi also pitted earlier on. Everybody else on the mediums. So here we go then, getting ready for the restart. And everybody has practically caught up except for JJ Francis at the back. So Smug leads them, or the other, and somebody's had a problem before the start line there, I think. Swanton overtakes UJ for 8th spot, but is going to get back up the inside. UJ goes back up the inside there. Boris is having a scrap at the back. Syme now overtakes Swanton as well, but they're going to be racing right down the straight. What a great view of them all coming down the straight here. Are there going to be any moves? Syme does stay ahead of Swanton on that occasion. UJ now overtaking Ronnie and MK5. A good double move for Ronnie. MK5 has dropped back down the field. And off there goes Ronnie. Ronnie's in the wall and is out. Ronnie into the wall. He may have had contact with 1 or 2 other drivers. May have been MK5 involved. I'm actually not too sure. But what I know is Ronnie is out of this sprint race and will be making his way to the back of the grid. As we look for, and Swanton has also had a problem now and drops right to the rear of the field. And I think he was beached. So had to step to track. Not something that's permitted usually. And Al Newt is off as well. Al Newt's off. Swanton went off. Boris Johnson on those soft tyres is now up to 12th. And there's Sainsy in the wall. Sainsy having a problem there. Boris Johnson now up to 12th. And Ninja's being challenged by the Sloth in behind, and contact there, and the Sloth has come off worse in that one. Meanwhile, one of the Williamses has dropped right down and is now going to be taken for 5th possibly by UJ. Wheel to wheel again here, and contact, and round goes the Williams. And right down the order goes the Williams. So up at the front we have the other Williams, followed by Ben Lane, followed by Scornful Griffin. And it is a win for the other Williams. I will find out whether that's Smug or Central Fin. Second is Ben Lane, Scornful Griffin third, Buddy's Vengeance fourth, UJ fifth, Symes sixth, MK5 seven, 50 Gent 8, Easy Life up to 9th, and Levi Hughes 10, Boris Johnson from the back 11th, the Ninjas 12th, unfortunate for him with connection problems, the Sloth was 13th, Sainsy 14th, the other Williams was 15th in the end with Al Newt, Swanton Bomb, and JJ Francis, who's still spinning and crashing his way round in 18th, and the one DNF was Ronnie in the Alpine in 19th. Let me now try and find out which Williams is which. Just wait for someone in chat to tell me a Scornful Griffin gets the Driver of the Day award. So we have a look at your sprint results then. One of the Williams is wins from Ben Lane in second and Scornful Griffin third. Waiting for someone to tell me which Williams. Fourth was Money's Vengeance, fifth UJGC, sixth Syme, seventh MK5 on bags, 850 Gent, 9 Easy Life, just missing out on a sprint point from Levi Hughes in 10th, Boris Johnson 11th, Ninjas 12th, the Sloth 13, Sainsy 14. The other Williams 15, Al Newt 16. Then it was Swanton Bomb, JJ Francis, and Ronnie was the DNF. I'm informed that it was Smug that was the winner, and Centrofin unfortunately had the problem and slipped down the order after the safety car. So that clears that up. I'll try to keep an eye on which is which during the race. So we'll just have a little pause while players get ready for the main feature race here at Abu Dhabi. An exciting sprint race where lots of action took place. The chat is going very lively, as it usually does during the races. That's the Discord chat for the league, not my chat. I'm sitting here lonely, nobody's come to say hello today. We do have 3 viewers in, so appreciate that. Hello. I know a lot of the league racers like to log in afterwards and watch the races back. We have a hello. Hello, how do I say that? Phaeton, hello. They are just getting ready amongst having a little discussion in the Discord about some incidents. And now we have the ready up sign, so we will shortly have the timer. I'll run you through the grid during the formation lap as usual. Now that I know which Williams is which. Here we go. Comes the timer. I can't remember exactly how many laps because I forgot to look, but it is the feature race. Some we're in the 20s, the number of laps, I believe. And here we go. We'll put their tyre choices up for you. Nearly everyone on the mediums. As Smug Git is on pole. From Ben Lane in second in the Mercedes, and Scornful Griffin, the driver of the day in the sprint, in third. In Dynamum, unfortunately couldn't get in time. His car will not appear on the grid. Bunny's Vengeance is fourth. From UJGC in 5th in the Haas, Syme in 6th in the AlphaTauri, from MK5 on bags is 7 in Ferrari. 50 Gent is 8th for McLaren, with Easy Life in the second AlphaTauri in 9th. Levi Hughes is 10th after an eventful race. Boris Johnson 11, and he's gone with hard tyres to start the race. Ninjas is 12th, hopefully no more connection issues for him. The Sloth, also on hard tyres, is 13. The Sainsy, also on hard tyres, in 14. Centrofin 15 on mediums. Al Newt in the Haas, and Swanton in the Red Bull 16 and 17 on hards. And the back two on mediums are JJ Francis, who really struggled to get going in the sprint, and Ronnie, who had that unfortunate DNF where he ended up in the wall. So we'll start in 19th. So Smug just leads everybody round, getting the tyres warmed up. 29 laps. Here's your pit stop strategy. Suggested lap 12 to 15 for medium runners to pit. Hard runners possibly lap 17, 18. Could try and stretch to 20, 21 and go for softs. Who knows, maybe a safety car. Doubtful it'll be weather effective here in the desert. So Smugman lines up on the grid. Ben Lane, you can see, aggressively pointing his car towards the centre of the track. Scornful Griffin gets disqualified for parking, and so does JJ Francis. But just 2 out of the 19. That's not too bad at all. Here we go then. It's 5 lights out, and away we go. And Smug Git does get a good start once again. UJ immediately up ahead of Bunny's Vengeance, and a bit of contact between UJ and Bunny's Vengeance there. Syme was caught on the inside but managed to still keep 6th spot ahead of MK5 on bags. 50 Gent, Easy Life. Ninjas dropping down the field. Ninjas has had a really bad start. Who else is on the downward? JJ Francis has had a great start. He's up to 12th. Here he is. Here is JJ. Up to 11. Could that be 10? He's going to make a dive for it. And can they all get through? Oh, a bit of contact. Wide he goes. But everyone gets through there. Central fin there. Ben Lane has dropped a couple of positions up front. UJ, what a start from him, is up to third and now challenging Scornful Griffin for second. Everyone really tight, close together at the moment. Ninjas has dropped to last now. Levi and Central Fin scrapping away, and Central Fin's off. Central Fin is off. Central Fin off and down to the back of the field. Meanwhile, his teammate Smug get leads from Scornful Griffin in second. UJGC third. Ben Lane fourth. Buddy's Vengeance fifth. And Syme in sixth. They're followed by MK5 on bags, 50 Gent, Easy Life and Boris Johnson rounding off the top 10. He's had a good start on the hard tyre. There's your pit stop strategy again. Nobody started on soft, so ignore the second one there. Two stoppers could come into effect, possibly. JJ Francis making a move on Boris Johnson there. And Central Fin's off again, I think. Central Fin's in a bit of trouble at the back of the field. Ronnie making a move on Sloth there. And upper place. Ben Lane and Buddy's Vengeance going too wide into the corner, and who's going to get through here? Ben Lane keeps the position. Right behind are Syme and MK5. Look at the line of cars here behind Ben Lane. The DRS is now enabled on lap 3 of 29. We'll keep with this battle at the moment, and problem for 50 Gent. 50 Gent off the track there and dropping down the field. We'll go back to this battle so we don't miss anything. MK5 looking to be the closest to make a move. Everyone with DRS in this train at the moment. He had a look but thought better of it. A cracking start from JJ Francis. He's up to 9th. Make that 8th as he overtakes Easy Life. Wonderful start after such a disaster in the sprint race. Ronnie, also a disaster in the sprint race, is up to 12th. As MK5 on bags and Syme are going side by side in the corners. And Syme manages to fend him off, does he? Just but a bit of a wobble might invite some more pressure, and Sloth is off. Off goes Sloth. And round goes Sainsy. Sainsy and Al Mute had a possible collision there, I think. Buddy's Vengeance, and now Ben Lane is off. Where is he? We can't see him, but he's off the track. Here he is. And Ben Lane has dropped right down the field. Scornful, meanwhile, in all this, has taken the lead of the race. Scornful now leads from Smug in second. Apologies, we missed that one, as we had so many incidents. MK5 on bags, still right on Syme. Trying to capture everything is breathless and difficult. Scornful Griffin then leads. Boris Johnson now making a move on Easy Life. And JJ with Ben Lane having his incident is now up to 7th from the back of the field. Incredible start for him. Levi will be the next one to try and challenge Easy Life. And he might make that move shortly. I like this view on the helicam, very nice. Up at the front, it's Smug. It's Scornful Griffin in front now in the Aston Martin. The driver of the day in the sprint. Ahead of Smug Git in second. The winner of the sprint. UJGC is up to third. And as you can see, they've both got DRS on the leader. Bonnie's Vengeance is a couple of seconds back down the road with Syme right on his tail and MK5 right behind. Levi does get the move done now on Easy Life. Easy Life's going to try and fight it though. Not this time. So Levi up to 9th. We'll stick with the leaders as they are still quite close together, the top 3. There's a bit of a gap back to Bunny's Vengeance and he's got defending to do as Easy Life now might lose another position. Ronnie is trying to send it up his inside. He keeps the place this time. But Ronnie's not going to go away. Ronnie definitely not going away here, and will look to make the move now down the outside, and does so. So Ronnie up into the top 10. Scornful still only leading by half a second ahead of Smug, who might fancy a look here with his DRS open. Is he going to go for a dive? He isn't this time. UJ is in third. And looking on, as you can see, in the Haas. Bunny's Vengeance a little way back, still defending from Syme and MK5. Then a bit of a gap to JJ, who's up to 7th. Great drive from him so far. With Boris Johnson also up to 8th spot. Those hard tyres could be the key for Boris. We'll go a bit longer and have a bit more lively mediums or softs even at the end. Swanton Bomb did start near the back. He's up to 12th and he's closing down Easy Life now. And JJ has spun and he's luckily ghosting because otherwise he would have flown back into traffic there. But JJ has dropped down to 13th and possibly going to be 14th in a second. He did reach as high as 7th. But it's not been a good trip to Abu Dhabi for JJ Francis today. Swanton Bomb now into the top 10, overtaking Easy Life. A yellow in sector 1, that's a Red Bull, that's Ninjas. Ninjas went off there. He's at the back of the field. Let's go back to the front as Scornful still cannot get away from Smug Git. JJ Francis and Ben Lane scrapping away there. Let's go and have a look at this scrap. That Ben Lane has now got in front of JJ, but JJ's going to try and send it up his inside. This could be problems. Maybe there was a bit of a glitch there and they weren't as close as my screen showed it because they managed to get through. And Ben Lane is up to 13th as he tries to recover from an early spin. Back to the front 3, Scornful Griffin from Smug Git from UJ GC. Lap 8 of 29. Ben Lane now getting right up to the back of the other McLaren, 50 Gent, and he's still got JJ for company behind. The meat in a McLaren sandwich at the moment, the Mercedes. As Ninjas is pitting. Very early pit stop for Ninjas. Maybe wing damage. Indeed, wing damage. And on go soft tyres for Ninjas. He'll be hoping for a safety car. Syme is now getting very close to Bunny's Vengeance, who just had a little wobble there as we come to him. 50 Gent has overtaken Easy Life. And Ben Lane and JJ Francis are right at it once again. Let's go to those two as they duke it out. Easy Life is right in amongst it, and 50 Gent is quite happily trying to get away from them all. Some definite glitching going on. And I think JJ went a little deep on the corner, and here comes Ben Lane to try and overtake Easy Life, and does so. Up the inside goes Ben Lane and into 12th place. Swanton now catching Ronnie. They're back up in the top 10 after starting at the back. And Swanton's going to make this move here on Ronnie, I think, with the DRS. Ronnie's going to be a sitting duck on the inside, is he? No. Swanton could not quite get close enough on that occasion. Going to try and get a good exit and make it up the next straight. Here he comes. With the DRS assistance, Ronnie's not going to fight this one much, I don't think. And Swanton is up to 9th. JJ Francis now overtakes Easy Life, who's dropping down the field slightly. He's now 14th, and as you can see, the Sloth is not far behind. Bunny's Vengeance managed to get a bit of a gap there to Syme and MK5. Maybe get out of DRS range, which will help him. Scornful will hope to do the same with Smug, but he hasn't quite managed it yet. As Easy Life pits, and it's a bit of an early one for Easy Life. Let's see if there was any damage there, or if this is just a hard tyres to try and last to the end. It is. So Easy Life going early, and now trying to make the hard tyres last for nigh on 20 laps. It is doable, but it's also difficult. Scornful from Smug Git now has that 1 second gap. So we'll be hoping to get out of DRS range. In fact, everyone now starting to form slightly bigger gaps than have been in the first 10 laps. It's been breathless as always. We've still got all 19 runners on the track. No retirements just yet, but no shortage of action. And into the pits comes Syme in the AlphaTauri. So the tyre wear on the AlphaTauris must be really bad. And Syme is into the pits. Sloth has overtaken JJ Francis, who I think must have dropped back a bit. In fact, he has. He's in the wall again and dropping down. 50 Gent picks up the first penalty of this race and loses out to Ben Lane at the same time. JJ is now pitting and he's retired. JJ, that's a pit and quit, I think. But JJ is our first retirement of the race, as 50 Gent loses another spot there to Sloth. JJ is out. He had a great start to this race, climbed to 7th, but the problems for him from the sprint race continued, and here's our first retirement of this feature race. So a bad few minutes for McLaren, as 50 Gent lost a couple of places and got a penalty. Scornful now has managed to pull out 2 seconds on Smug, and MK5 on Bags is now in the pits. Let's keep an eye on Syme here, because did the undercut work? Where is Syme? Here he is. He's coming past the pit entrance now. Where's he going to come? Where is MK5 going to come back out? It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. MK5 on Bags gets out ahead of Syme. So the undercut did not work there, as Centrofin now stops as well. A few of the medium runners all going pretty early. They're going to have to rely on those hard tyres lasting the distance for them. So MK5 and Bags and Syme right next to each other again within a second. But this time MK5 is in front, and he's now making a move on 50 Gent. And up the inside of 50 Gent goes MK5 and up to 11th. As the leader pits, UJ pits and picks up a penalty. So Smug-Git is back into the lead, and Buddy's Vengeance is up to 2nd. Scornful and UJ in the pits now, both going on the hard tyres. Well, I'm glad the unsafe release rule isn't in effect, because that would have been a nasty collision in the pits. Ghosting saves the day, as Levi, Ronnie, 50 Gent all also pitting. So let's just try to work out who's coming out where, as Ben Lane gets past UJ as UJ comes out of the pits there. So UJ did have a car in between him and Scornful when Scornful was the leader, and he has a car in between him and Scornful again. Bit of a weave. He's really trying to warm the tyres up, UJ. As MK5 on Bags is trying to make a move on the Sloth. Sainsy makes a move on Levi. Levi not quite got those tyres up yet to temperature. UJ is having no such problems and overtakes Ben Lane. MK5 gets the move done on Sloth. Are we to expect Smug and Bunnies in? We are indeed. That was good timing. In comes Smug-Git and Bunny's Vengeance. Boris Johnson continues and now will lead on those hard tyres. Swanton Bomb also on the hard tyres will go up to 2nd. Out come Smug-Git and Bunny's Vengeance, but Scornful Griffin has already gone by. So Scornful is going to retain the net lead. MK5 on Bags has been the big victor here. He's now up to 5th, ahead of Smug in 6th. Bunny's Vengeance in 7th. So MK5, the victor of the pit stops, I think. Depending on how long Boris and Swanton go, of course. But it's thrown them all out right very close to each other, and Bunny's Vengeance is looking to make a move on Smug-Git, with the Sloth and Syme very close behind. And through there goes Syme ahead of the Sloth. And now Bunny's Vengeance, through he goes. but Smug's going to fight it round this long sweeping corner. They're side by side. Bunnies is going to get it done though. Bunnies gets it done. Smug couldn't quite dive up the inside there, so Bunnies takes 6th place, which will be higher once the front two have pitted. Yet to pit Sloth, Sainsey and Boris Johnson and Swanton the front two. Scornful comfortably out ahead now of UJ, who has a penalty. MK5, who has climbed places but does have to last 3 laps, a couple of laps longer on these hard tyres. Bunny's Vengeance is up to 6. Smug has now dropped to 7th. He started on pole position. Syme is in 8th in the AlphaTauri. He pitted early and he's not gained from it. Sloth is still going on the hards in 9th, with Levi in 10th. Sainsey yet to pit in 11th. Ronnie is 12th. Ben Lane 13th. They'll be climbing a bit as the others pit, but it's not worked out great for those two. Easy Life has dropped out of 14th and has a penalty, as does 50 Gent right behind him in 15th. Al Newt is 16th, Centrofin is 17th, and Ninjas is in the pits for a second time. He is 18th and last after JJ Francis has DNF'd. So here we go then. You see Ninjas coming out of the pits as he's just been lapped there by Boris Johnson. And his teammate also, Swanton Bomb, who now has Scornful for company. Scornful really not hanging around. Driver of the day in the sprint and looking odds on for a win here in the feature race. Here he comes, and Swanton's a sitting duck here. The blue flag's off of the other Red Bull you see in the background. That's Ninjas. And not quite this time for Scornful. But down the next straight with more DRS assistance, I think he might be making the move as Ronnie makes a move on Sainsey. And Easy Life made a move on 50 Gent as well. Ben Lane now making a move on Sainsey as well. Sainsey's lost a couple of places in quick succession there. Scornful Griffin though up into second ahead of Swanton Bomb, who has got to pit. We still see blue flags behind as Ninjas is being lapped. Here's MK5 on bags doing that now as Swanton pits. So Boris Johnson continues in the lead, but Swanton Bomb pits and now drops down as a result. But how racy will he be on the medium tyre for the second half of the race? Ben Lane picks up a penalty as the Sloth is also into the pits. Where does Swanton come back out? Let's have a look. Swanton's going to come out right in front of Levi Hughes in 8th place. Sloth is going to come out in 14, possibly 15. He's come out right in front of Easy Life. And Al Newt is also pitting, I think, for the second time. And now he's going hard to the end. And he must have already used those because they're showing us 3 laps old. He is the last one on the main lap. He is in 17th as Easy Life picked up a second 3-second time penalty. There's Ronnie overtaking Ben Lane there. Those two having a good scrap, and Boris Johnson pits from the lead. So let's see where Boris comes back out onto the track. Medium tyres going on, and out he comes. And he's going to come out around about where Swanton. I don't think Swanton's going to get him. He's going to come out, even though Swanton just set a purple sector 3, he's doing his best to catch Boris here as Boris exits the pits. But he's going to be a corner or so behind. And Levi sticking to him also. So Boris comes back out in 7th. That long stint for Boris and Swanton working well, but not quite getting them in the top 6 unless they're really racy on these medium tyres and the pace goes from everybody else. Boris weaving around trying to get some heat in the tyres there. Bunny's Vengeance is behind Smug once again. Bunny's, I think, had an issue because Smug was behind him. Ben Lane now making a move on Ronnie. These two are really scrapping away today. And Ben Lane into the top 10. Sloth is overtaking 50 Gent, as you can see. We came to that just at the right time. Sloth on those new medium tyres as Ronnie retakes Ben Lane. These two really scrapping. Ben's going to try and hook it back up. But not quite this time. We'll keep an eye on those two as they continue their scrap. Swanton Bomb sets the fastest lap of the race. We said that they'd be racy, Boris and Swanton, on these medium tyres, but just how racy are they going to be? Are they going to catch the top 6? Boris currently 7 seconds behind Syme. As we were saying, we must have missed an incident or an overtake between Smug and Bunny's Vengeance as Smug is back up to 4th, with Bunny's Vengeance now 5th. Scornful Griffin comfortably 5 seconds ahead in the lead. UJ is 2nd but does have that penalty. MK5 on Bags, your usual one to suffer from penalties, might actually gain from this penalty to a net P2. The Smug get a couple of seconds down the road. Bunny's Vengeance right on his tail. Syme is in 6th and Boris Johnson and Swanton Bomb are closing that gap to the top 6 at a rate of knots. Don't be confused, between the two Red Bulls Ninjas is a lap down, and you'll see Boris is just lapping him now, and Swanton will follow after their pit stops. As you can see, the blue flags flashing, and Boris Johnson sets the fastest lap of the race in the Alpine, and it's already down to 5.2 seconds, and wide there goes Swanton, maybe distracted by the ghost of his teammate as he laps him. So it's a 5-second gap up front for Scornful Griffin. We're on lap 20 of 29. It's absolutely flown by. Ronnie and Ben Lane still scrapping away for 10th spot. Bunny's still trying to get back the place on Smug. UJ has got some work to do to get rid of the 3-second gap up at the moment. He's just about going to be 3rd as it stands. Let's have a look at those penalties for you while it's a bit quiet for a second. It is 3 seconds for UJ, 3 seconds for Ben Lane, 3 seconds for 50 Gent, and 6 for Easy Life. Everyone now has made their pit stops. We don't expect any more pit lane action, barring a safety car, which we haven't had in this race. We did have a safety car earlier on in the sprint. But so far, no DNFs from crashes, just the one pit and quit for JJ Francis, whose frustration I can understand after he had such a great start. after a really difficult time in the sprint race. But still 18 drivers on track, and at the moment the closest battles are Ben Lane and Ronnie for 10th, and this, what you see now, Buddy's Vengeance and Smug Git for 4th. Ben Lane looking to make a move again here on Ronnie. We'll get a bit of DRS again. Nothing doing this time for Ben Lane, but he'll keep going. Even with that 3-second penalty that could cost him the place anyway, when all is said and done. But still a good few laps to go. Are those early stops going to hurt Syme and MK5? Or is the couple of laps difference going to be meaningless? Boris though, now just 2 seconds behind Syme. His medium tyres are coming right into the good zone. And you can see the gap now, and Swanton has kept up and is also not far behind. Boris and Swanton look to be the movers at the moment, though MK5 has now caught up with UJ, who needed to make a gap, and he's done the opposite, and as it stands now he could drop as low as 6th. No, 5th, sorry. Because Smug and Bunnies could well get within that 3-second range as well. Scornful must be enjoying the fact that these are scrapping, as you see 2 different scraps going on there. Scornful driving away into the distance. No commentators class here. Oh, big corner cut from UJ there, who's really suffering and is overtaken by MK5. UJ has got 10 lap old tyres, but something really got a miss there through that section as MK5 took the place. But now he's trying to fight it back, UJ. And this has enabled Smug and Bunnies to close right up. Speaking of closing right up, look how close Boris Johnson is now to Syme. He's on his tail. As UJ retakes second from MK5, or does he? They go 2 wide round. And a bit of contact maybe, but MK5 is going to make that stick around the outside as Boris Johnson overtakes Syme for 6th place. It all happened at once, I couldn't watch both. I would expect, and UJ's off! UJ is off! We said he was having problems, and so it proved. This promotes Smug Git to 3rd. Buddy's Vengeance right behind him in 4th, and UJ is soon going to have the attentions of Boris, Syme and Swanton. Boris, the fastest man on the track at the moment, absolutely flying. He's overtaken Syme and he's now closing up on UJ. Swanton is going to hope to follow Boris all the way. He's going to need to get past Syme though. No love for the sister car here. Everyone for themselves. Syme will do his best to stay in front, as he should. They are racing for position. Different strategies, different tyres. Well, this is what it comes down to, and you can see the move being made. There goes Swanton Bomb. He's made it stick, and he is up to 7th place. Boris has now closed right to the back of UJ. Bunny's Vengeance is still following Smug very closely, which is now a battle for a podium place. We'll keep an eye on Boris here as they come down the main straight. I say the main straight, I mean the pit straight. Seems a matter of time until Boris and Swanton get UJ here. The hard tyres just not working well for the Haas driver. And here comes Boris, surely on this run with DRS wide open now. He's going to make the move. And Boris Johnson up to 5th place. We'll keep an eye on UJ as he tries to fight it back. Swanton looking on in close attendance. As you see in the foreground, Bunny's getting very close again to Smug Git. But not able to make the move. Whose tyres are going to suffer on the last few laps? Will it be these medium runners as they approach 10 laps old? Or will it be the hard runners as they approach 15? Fascinating end to this race. Bunny's Vengeance still stuck behind Smug Git as the Sloth picks up a penalty. He's closing in on that Ben Lane and Ronnie battle. But because of penalties, Ronnie is looking good for a top 10 spot. Whether he gets past Ben or not. And Swanton gets the move done on UJ, does he? He does. Swanton bomb now up to 6th. The medium runners. Here, and Bunny's Vengeance does it. Bunny's Vengeance makes the move on Smug Git. He's been trying to do that for quite a few laps. He's managed to get it done and he's up into 3rd. Smug will fight back. But Bunny's Vengeance passes Smug Git, and now will Boris and Swanton be able to pull back that 3-second gap, 2.5-second gap, to maybe get involved with the podium battle themselves? You can see them in the background. Let's have a look at Ronnie, who's sandwiched now between a couple of cars. They just proceeded there by the back marker ninjas. Al Newt has been in the pits again. I think he's going for a fastest lap. So Ben Lane does have 10th place on the track, but with the penalty, that'll drop to Ronnie. The Sloth is just behind. The medium tyres not making him quite as racy as Boris and Swanton up ahead. As Easy Life is pitting again. With just 3 laps to go here. Smug doing a good job at the moment of keeping up with Bunnies without making any kind of inroads to pass him back. He could do with the DRS assistance for defending, as Boris Johnson is now within 2 seconds. Lap 28 of 29. The leaders have just started. 2 laps to go here. And Sloth is really trying to find a way past Ronnie. Ronnie knows he's just got to stay within 3 seconds and he'll have 10th spot. A lonely race for Levi, 10 seconds ahead and 10 seconds behind his nearest rivals. He's in 9th, Simon has dropped to 8th. After that early pit stop led him to hard tyres, having to manage them. UJ drops to 7th now. Swanton and Boris are catching Smug, but are they catching him quickly enough? Bunnies has got over a second gap now in 3rd, so the podium is looking comfortable as they're lapping a Haas driver. That's Al Newt on softs, he's unlapping himself. The ghosting's on, don't panic. MK5 on bags, a clean race from him, no penalties. I hope that's not a jinx from the car, and I hope that's not a commentator's curse, I really do. Scornful Griffin leads into the final lap of the race. Al Newt does get that fastest lap that I said he pitted for. Scornful Griffin then leads on the final lap of the race from MK5 on bags and Buddy's Vengeance, who looks set for podium. Smug is still not giving up on that 3rd place though. Boris Johnson and Swanton probably too far back. Swanton might fancy a go at Boris though. UJ is in 7th with Sim 8, Levi 9 and net 10 will be Ronnie. As Ben Lane, Sloth both have penalties, as does 50 Gent in 13. Sainsy is in 14, Centrofin 15, Easy Life 16 with a penalty, Al Newt 17 and Ninjas is making his way around still a couple of laps down. Or maybe just 1 lap down. Smug getting very close to Buddy's Vengeance. Can he make a move? In the background, Swanton is getting close to Boris. Is there a move there? There isn't. And there's not many opportunities in this last sector to make a pass as Scornful Griffin wins in Abu Dhabi. Scornful Griffin is your winner for Aston Martin. Bunny's Vengeance is second. MK5 on bags is second. Bunny's Vengeance does keep 3rd from Smug by just half a second. Boris Johnson finishes 5th from Swanton Bomb. Sim overtakes UJ with the penalty for 7th. UJ takes 8th. Levi 9th. And Ronnie did get past Ben Lane on the final lap. He didn't have to. He was going to get that spot anyway. But he gets it on the track. In 10th, Ben Lane finishes 11 ahead of the Sloth in 12th. 50 Gent in 13th, coming round now from Sainsy, who's just rounding the final corner. I don't know why I've lost Sainsy. There he is. And here's Centrofin finishing 15th. And Easy Life will be the last one to hit the checkered flag, ahead of Al Newt and Ninjas, who were a lap down. What a win then for Scornful Griffin. Driver of the day in the sprint race. Winner. Driver of the day, Swanton Bomb there. The hard to mediums really working for Boris and Swanton. Good results for them from low down on the grid. I will run through your complete results once we've seen the podium. Here's Scornful Griffin, the Aston Martin, takes the victory. MK5 on bags with a 2nd place and no penalties. Very clean race for him. And Bunny's Vengeance in 3rd in the Alfa Romeo, who battled with Smug Git throughout in the Williams. Smug just missing out on the podium, finishing 4th. So there we have it, the total weekend results. Scornful, top of the shop, 31 points. Smug second with 20, joint with Bunny's Vengeance and MK5 on bags. All finishing with 20 points. Boris Johnson takes 10. Syme takes 9. UJ 8. Swanton also 8. Ben Lane with 7. 2 for Levi. 1 for 50 Gent and Ronnie. And the rest without any points. Sloth, Sainsy, Centrifid, Easy Life, Al Newt, Ninjas and JJ Francis. That's going to be it from me for now. I'll be back at 10 o'clock with my own race. I can't even remember where it is. That's how much attention I've been paying in Prospects Realistic Tier, where I drive a Red Bull. This has been DRS. And I will be back with DRS hopefully next week, if not soon. Thank you very much. And good night.